joining us now to talk a little weather. But first, Ryan, guys, this wasn't planned. We have to bring this up. We are unintentionally matching, and we look like Lakers fans, which is so funny because I don't like the Lakers.
And neither do I. Well, you know, Election Day is coming up. We're trying to stay mutual. We're in purple.
That's what
Purple doesn't represent any sides.
Purple's a safe color and a royal color.
And speaking of Election Day, it got pretty heated at the debate last night. Super Tuesdays on Tuesday, getting pretty heated up in the election season. So the temperatures are also starting to heat up. Pulling up the health index right now. Moderate chance of tree pollen with a high chance of the flu B virus. This all courtesy of Dr. John Bray. And right now in the Permian Basin, some pretty comfortable temperatures. Seeing those low 60s right here in the Tall City and Odessa with winds around 7 miles an hour. Humidity going down a little bit, and we'll address that just in a little bit later on. But right now, temperatures across the basin, seeing high 60s down to the southern portion and northern portion of the Trans-Pecos, 75 down in the Big Bend and 72 in Presidio. And you can expect this to be very similar, even warmer tomorrow, Saturday around this time. Going to be seeing those temperatures in the 70s in some areas with high 60s across the basin. But Sunday's what you got to look out for because it's going to be very warm, sunny and 70s virtually everywhere. A couple 60s in Hobbs and as well in the Guadalupe Pass, and even seeing 80s down in Presidio and in the Big Bend. And across the state of Texas, very comfortable as well. 65 in Lubbock, 65 in Amarillo as well. And coming over to the east, 67 in Del Rio. Brownsville was at 70 a little bit earlier, about an hour ago, down to 69, but still very comfortable in the Lone Star State. And pulling up the satellite radar, you can attribute these beautiful temperatures to mainly the fact that we're seeing mainly clear skies all across Texas. Not many clouds. We're seeing a little bit of clouds to the north of us here in the Permian Basin, but mainly we're seeing just sunshine across the Permian Basin and the rest of the Lone Star State. And with these clear skies and these increasing temperatures, you can expect the humidity to start to decline. And you can already see a lot of that down in the Trans-Pecos, 16 in Presidio, 13 in the Big Bend, and the Guadalupe Pass, 16% there as well. And with that comes the risk of droughts, but not too bad right now. Seeing yellow, it's better than seeing what we're going to be seeing across down over on the West Coast. Seeing red, not a good place to be right now. Lots of droughts over on the West Coast, and wind speeds not too strong either. 17 miles an hour in the Guadalupe Pass and Fort Stockton at 10 miles an hour, but mainly we're under that 10 mile an hour mark in most areas across the basin, and it's going to pick up a little bit tomorrow, getting up that 10 mile an hour mark, but not really going to be too windy this weekend. And going into the northern basin forecast tonight, going to be a pretty cold night. We had this in our headlines. Hobbs 27 degrees, Seminole 27, Lamesa 28, Andrews 30, Jow going to be a better story there, 41 degrees for a low. Tomorrow though, absolutely beautiful. Jow 75 degrees, Lovington 73, Hobbs 63, Andrews 63. And going into the central basin, going to be cold here tonight as well, but not nearly as cold. Rankin 33, Big Lake 32, Crane 34, Grand Falls 45, and Penwell at 46 degrees. And then tomorrow, 76 in Penwell, Monaghan 68, 78 in Grand Falls. A beautiful Saturday. Going into the Trans-Pecos, it's going to be cold in Fort Stockton, 35, but not too bad everywhere else, still staying above 40s. And then tomorrow, going to be seeing those temperatures in the 70s in most areas. Fort Stockton won't get there though, 67 degrees there. And then going into the mountains, going to be very cold in Marfa tonight, 24 degrees. Fort Davis 26, and tomorrow 73 in Presidio, 77 in Brewster, Alpine 66 degrees, Marfa 66 as well. And let's look at the 7-day forecast for this upcoming week. Beautiful weekend. Oscar night's going to be seeing 78 degrees on Sunday. And then it's kind of like a little bit of a horse race journalism here. Going to be in the 70s, then drop down to the 60s, then back up to the 70s, and then back up into the 80s on Friday. So a pretty wild week upon us in terms of temperatures.
I'm excited for the weather this weekend. Are you gonna get outside and
Absolutely.
do anything?
Well, actually, we're playing inside tomorrow. We're playing sit-down volleyball.
Inside? No, you need to take the tournament outside.
Absolutely.
It's going to be gorgeous.
Well,
I know I might
call.
go for a run or something. Enjoy the temperature. I know it's going to feel a lot like Arizona. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited. All right. Thanks, Ryan.